We are on stand. Stand on 17. Stand on the Q. The Q letter, the gateway, the two letters in game, the two letters that take you together that follow with the U. The Q follows with the cube. Is it the cube that controls the matrix? Do you think that we're only here in spirit and there's no other element to run the mind? Is there only a spirit, or has the spirit been duplicated in this world, or can a body exist without the hand of God? Now, the hand of God can be taken as one of these little elements, right? And if you're working in the electric car area and there's a grid at the top, when you pass the grid, this little thing touches it and gives you electricity. Well, ours is worn out. We have it on the inside. We collect on the outside and we spit it out probably in the pineal gland on the inside. The hand of God. And one of the things I'd like to talk about in this video, we're going to do a little bit about Blackjack. And inside of Blackjack, the word black is 29, Jack is 25, and we have the creation of the IT system. Now, is there a difference between the IT system and the A and I system? The T transformation, okay, from one side to the next with A. Remember, we're going to try and draw this on the paper, is that when you have, are we doing this right? Is there not enough light? When we have this over here, we have the T system. Now, if we want to put the A and I system in it, right, we have the A and I system, right? This is the IT system. This is the letter 9. This is the letter 20. 29 plus 5 equals 35. 35, excuse me, equals 29. 20 and 9, 29. Because it's 20, this letter, add 6 becomes electric company, 35. Or creation, take away 6 equals 23. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 is 5 and 6, and we're in the world of F. So we have now this company over here. We can do this, and then we can do this, and nothing is happening. Or the shin upside down, V and V, or the pyramids. But if we go ahead and we run this a little bit higher and then a little bit lower, we end up creating the pyramid on top. We now have a pyramid on top of the T. So is that where the A came in? Was the A created from the T? Is it T-ball? That at the bottom leg of the T upside down is the center of the earth. That's why there's a separation. Separation into the sky, or separation into the earth, where we get the core of the earth, the element that spits out all those energies that somehow, when I'm going to know more about the body, or someone that already does know, I don't need to know, somebody already does know, I put you on a different street. So you know that, how are they getting into us? How is this body actually communicating? Is there actually something in us that can never work without an element that comes from the exterior world? All they do is alter the spirit. They alter it. They alter a vibration. They alter our thoughts, not ever letting us get to that level of seeing that element. That's funny. That's funny. See, this is what happens to daylight. This lamp is white, 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 but yet on my teeth, it turns it yellow. So what is that distortion about? What actually is happening? What should I be looking for? I don't know. And it bothers me not to know, because it's in my head and I know it's one more thing I must work on. Or somebody else is already knowing that they can tell me one day so we can work together, or they can work alone, but there's a difference. It's funny the way number 28 is in the background, right? It's funny the way 28 is. Anyways, let's go back to Blackjack. 5-4, the IT system, the 20th letter, and the 5th letter. The A goes over this, and it will now create this scenario. But if you take a look into the T a little bit further, okay, we can drop down and show it on both sides. We can show it on both sides. Now the question is, okay, Chet, the Hebrew letter, is now created inside this. there are 2 doorways and 2 houses, inside through here and inside through here. Here's your bar on top. Now what am I getting to? The IT system 29 or the A&I system of artificial intelligence. 1 and 9, both yellow. Something about that yellow, right? Is yellow a component that's supposed to be always with red in order to run blue and white? White, when you signal off white with red, it becomes pink. But when you signal off white and green, it becomes a lime or a light green. When you signal off white and blue, it becomes a baby blue. When you signal off white with a gray, it becomes a lighter shade of gray. But black, it becomes the lighter shade of black, which is a mixture of the opposite, which is in white. So white changes a lot of things. White into purple becomes violet, a lighter shade of purple, but in red it really goes to pink. It's not a shade of red, it's a shade of red that's pink, so red is very special. Okay, so let's go back to blackjack. 17, we stand. 58 on 17. 65, 44. Space equals 44. 7, the letters E and F. 30, 6 by 5. 6 plus 5, creation of 11. The 2 houses. You get 2 cards in blackjack. The dealer gets 2 cards, so in minimum to have the game is 2 cards for you, 2 cards for the dealer, and the dealer, okay? And the amount bet. If it was an open bet, you can bet whatever you want. Well, it'd be a big problem because maybe you have more money than the house and the money couldn't be supported. But when you're betting in blackjack, if you're playing blackjack, let's take away the money. If there was money, the house has to put up as much money to you as you to them. And if you're going to play blackjack and you can split your cards, we're going to count a single deck. Let's say you get 4 8s. You're going to split all 4 8s. Everyone's going to get 2 cards, 2, 4, 6, 8. And the dealer gets 2 cards but doesn't get to split it. Must play the hand he has. He doesn't get to double down the dealer. He doesn't get to take any chances. He's got set rules. So you can have 8 cards minimum. You can get, now don't forget, you're going to be splitting 8s, but you're not going to be splitting 7s, right? Because 7 gets you 4, 3, 2, 1, and it gets you to 17. It gets you to the gateway with a 10. It gets you to the 18 with 11. So if you have a 7 in your hand already in 2 cards, and you get a 10, you come up to 17. Now, do you know how many 10 cards? There are 40, no, excuse me, there are 16. 10, Jack, Queen, King. There are 16 10 cards in the deck, but there are only 4 of every other card. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 and 16, 24. Flight of the Phoenix, the letters P and H. Pharmaceutical, pharma, psychology, and all these farm letters go to that P and H. 8 of night. 0, 8 becomes 14. 14, 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 is the DNA. And day, day and night. 16 for the day. 1 and 6 is the half-light of the day. And night equals to 6 times 1, 6 plus 1. The spirit is 76. 13. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 equals 5 and 4, 9. Sun, 5 and 4. 4 to 5 odds, bringing you in creation. The sun. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6, 17. And we're going to have to go, what was that other number I was thinking of? 1 times 6, 1 plus 6. Yes, it was 14. 8 and 6, 14. Because it was 0, 8, and 0, 8 becomes 68, becomes 14. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 is 9. So we will have now 0, 9. 0, 9 will now bring me to 15, or we can work on 14. But 14 brings it into 15. Listen again. 6 and 8. Okay, which is a spirit of 76, because the odds in craps says 7 to 6 on the dice. That's, you bet 6 to get 7. So you take 8, you go 68. 6 and 8 is now 14. So you have 14 on the bottom, and you have 13 on the top. 14 and 13 is 17. Okay, 17 is now the gateway. 14 and 13 is M and N in letters. And if you put them all together, it just looks like just continuous mountaintops. 14 and 13 becomes 5 and 4. So now we have the orange 5 and 13 in pool and the 4, which is purple. So we have red and purple that come together and pull, and I'm not really associating much with that. But also, anyways, in blackjack, we have a hard 16 and we have a soft. The hard 16, okay, is with a 10 and a 6 or any number of cards that total to 16. It's not just a 16, but we only can get a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, and a 1. Now the dealer, if we have 16 and the dealer shows 7, 8, 9, 10, or ace, okay, we will take a card. But if it does not, we will not. Now we will have to sit down and discuss why we want to get closer than 16 when the dealer, because the average is the dealer, okay, with a 7, there's a great possibility that he has a 10 underneath because there are 16 10s for every 2 of any other suit. So you're presuming he would have that 17, or then because there's so many 10 cards left in the deck, you might go over and you need to get to 21, as close to 21 as possible. So being it at 16, you need to get 21. There is a 5 difference. The 5 is the maximum number on the cube. This is the number on the cube. Okay, this is one of the reasons we pull. We want that 5 to get to 21. We want that 4 to get the sun. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 we want. But we don't want it when we have a 7 because we're already at the gateway. We don't want it when we have an 8 because we're already the 8 angel. We don't want it when we have a 9 because we are now the spirit of the angel. And we don't need 10 because we're already divided between the 2 worlds. But when you have 12, what's funny about 12 is very often people say, I don't know if I want to pull on 12, because many times with 12 where people say they're very unlucky and they keep getting a 10 card. Well, one of the reasons you keep getting the 10 card is because of this. ELVE is 44. TEEN is 44. It's the same thing. You have DC space. So what is DC space? It's altered current, okay, inside of Mars, DC space, and there's more to it because it's creation. And this one also can become 49, which is the gateway, because this is a 0 number over here. The same time, I'm gonna try to look a little bit deeper into this. 20 is a particle of 12. The difference is 8 because you need 8 and 12 to create 20, and it's created by number 26, which is missing the gateway, 17 and 26, G and A, the queen, the 17th card. Now, I know that's a little complicated. It's a little even complicated for me, but I can see it and I can't explain it. Well, that means it might not mean anything. So anyways, now we have 16. Inside it's, oh, let me finish this. This is 87. 8 gets 2, 7. 8 gets 2, 7 gets 3. 32 is your communication doorway. BC, communication doorway, CB codes. CB codes of 10 to 100, 10 and 2. The power of the electric, 10 and 2. The blue in pull. 10 in horse racing is either blue and white, where the 10 horse is either purple or a split between red and blue. Always stay next to close to the prime colors, which is 1, 2, and 3. Remember, prime is the blue, prime is the yellow, prime is the red, and in pull it's 1, 2, 3. But who says that the atom creation of colors, is it what it breaks down to, or what we broke it down to because of the chemical relationship, okay, inside of one of the gases? Maybe red and yellow are one color. Maybe it's supposed to be orange and it's never supposed to be less than orange. Therefore, the 5 ball, there should be nothing less than the 5 ball. Blue and red is purple. Maybe there shouldn't be anything less than blue and red is purple. But what is that funny color we get when we get yellow and blue? Blue and red is one thing. Blue and yellow is another thing. But when we get purple, it's telling us already that in the system, the way it was built, that's a mishmash color. What happens if we would take green? Well, green is a mixture. Green is a mixture of what 2 colors? Blue and yellow. Makes green. So that's your mishmash. And that would create the 6 ball. So we have the spirit of Mercury and Venus creating the 6 and 14 ball. 14 is a part of the 8 family because it's 0, 8 becomes 6 and 8. 6 and 8 becomes the 14 ball because 0 equals 6. You see the dot on the I is connected to the man who walks the floor. So here's your 666, and here's your I inside the E world. See, this tail might be a little bit lower. I'm not sure. Anyways, let's not look at that, right? We're playing T-ball now. T-ball, where we don't play 9 innings and everybody gets to go to the plate before the inning is over. So the last guy who comes to the plate, what actually happens to him? Does he ever get to come home? Or is it a sad moment? Or as the teams move up all the players, nobody is always last. Let me go to the next level. In French, I know this is a long video. In French, 17, 18, 19 is 17, 18, 19, 39, 39, 39, saying sky, 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 sky gate, sky heaven, and sky birth. 789. 789, 789 plus 987 equals 1776. 987 plus 789, 7 and 9, 8 and 8, 7 and 9 equals 888 when answered to the single individual. 9 times 7 is 63 creation. 8 times 8 is 64. The difference is 1. 6 and 3, 9. 6 and 4, 10. Let me see if I can get this light out of the way. I'm trying to see if we have that 109. Write it here. Right over here. 6 and 3. Okay. 17. In 18, the T does not move. We only have one T. Here we add on the whole teen. We end up with 44. Here we add on teen. We end up with 42. Here we only add up with 24. If we take this out as 20, okay, we end up over here with 29 and 24. This is exactly center C on the piano. Here we end up with 44, and here we end up with 29, space for the Venus birth. Or we end up with 49, the gateway for the cat, CAT. 7 by 3 is 21 cube. In the 10 world, the split reflection. 19 equals 86, 9, 12, 18. 7, 15, and 18 is gold. Equals to 24. 24 and 18 is the gold of the spirit of the heaven. And then you have 1, 0, 0, which will become 13, which will become 4. So you'll have 4, then you'll have 6, then you'll have 9. Mars, creation of if and I, because that's what it actually says in letters. Here's what happens in Blackjack. 17 on 4321. 4321 equals 10. 10 and 24 equals 34. DC comes in at the gateway. 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 3 plus 2 is 5 equals the letter F plus A. Okay, F. This is now 6 and 6. This is 12. 66 is 12. 2 is the only number that does that. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 equals 4 and 4. But 3 times 2 is 6. Times 1 is 6. 3 plus 2 is 5. And 1 is 6. This equals to 12. This comes into creation. 12. This one over here is 24. This one over here on 19 plus 2. 2 times 1 is 2 equals 3 equals 5. This one over here is creation of the codes of CB codes, CB10. Your 19, which is 10 and 9, which comes in at the gateway. The one spirit of artificial intelligence and creation of the cube of Father. Father is A and B. The strike is A and B in French. The X letter, which is a strike in bowling, counts for A and B. But before you count all your strikes in one box, you must throw 3 frames in order to get that. So now you have your 17, 18, 19 in Blackjack. You stand. You don't need the 5. You already have the 5. The 5 plays inside of 17, the gateway. Over here you have 18. You don't need the 4 Mars because you already have the spirit of the heavens. And here you don't need the 3, 4, or 5, okay, because you already have electric company in artificial intelligence. You already have Mars because Mars is inside 5, which is inside 9. You don't need 5 because it's already 9. 9 and 5 are the same. 6, 7, and 8. 6 plays inside of 8. And this is the terminology of Blackjack. 52 cards in the deck. You against a house. If you only were playing you and the dealer, how many hands will you have on 52? Remove 1 card, right? They usually take 7 cards out of the deck or 8 cards out of the deck just to make sure you can't remember all the cards when you play. But we're going to play down to the last card where you get 2 cards and I get 2 cards, and they're only going to be the 10 cards. This is the way we're going to do it. So we're going to play the 10 cards. There's 16 of them. We get to play 4 hands. 8 for me and 8 for you. Now all the 10s are gone. We played 4 hands. I'm going to write that down as we go. We have 16. We have 16 10 cards. We have 16 times the 10 card. We play 4 hands. 4 hands equals to 8 and 8 cards. Now we're going to take the aces out of the deck. With the aces, we're also going to play 4 hands, okay? And you're going to get the maximum of what card. You see, if I don't get at least the 6 or higher, I must pull again. Okay, so we're going to take the aces out of the card, and we're going to give everybody 9s, okay, just to get rid of those cards. So you get a 9 for artificial intelligence. First we got the 10 cards, now we're going to get the 9 for artificial intelligence. So we're going to remove them from the game, and we're going to play another 4 hands. So now we've played 8 hands total. We've played 8 hands total, where you got 8 and 8 and 8 and 8 cards. So the total, but with the aces and the 10s gone, we have now played 16 and 16. We have 32 cards gone, right? Now we have the rest of the deck. Now in the rest of the deck with 32 cards gone, me playing 8 hands and you playing 8 hands. The 8 hands, we got 2 cards each, is 16. 16 is 32. There are 20 cards remain. And the cards that remain right now, okay, is the 8th card. So you will get an 8. Let me mark this down and let you can watch instead of me speak. You get an 8 and I get an 8. You get another 8 and I get another 8. This will equal to 16. This will equal to 16. Okay, now all the 8s are gone. Now we will get the 7 card. You'll get a 7 and I'll get a 7. Now all the 7s are gone, right? This is 14 and this is 14. So you have now 16 and 16. Now you have 4 and 4, 8 more cards gone. Let's add up plus 8 more cards in the deck. So you have 32. You now have 40. Okay, 4 times 2 is 8. And 8 is 16. How is this possible? Because we still have the 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We still have 20 more cards to come down here. So there's got to be an error. You got 2 cards. I got 2 cards. Played 4 hands. 4 times 2 is 8. And you played the same thing as 8 is 16. 8 and 8 is 16. That's 32. Now we have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. 7 by 4 is 28 cards. 28 cards. Something is wrong. 32. Yeah, 28 cards. That's 52, right? 8. I'm sorry, it's a little long. 4, the 8, the 7, the 6, the 5, the 4, the 3, and the 2. 7 times 4 cards is 28 cards. And then we have the 1 through 8 equals 28 cards, right? And then we have 9 through ace, which is 9, 10, jack, queen, king. 9, 10, jack, queen, king, ace. We have 6 times. We have 6 times 4 is 24 cards. Here the 24 cards are gone. I don't know what mistake I made here, but 9 through ace, 24 cards are gone. And this is the number to the cat. And this is the number to the moon. This is what I'm getting to. But inside of here, we must pull here because we must pull. You see the dealer, and we're going to play this hand as if we were the dealer. The dealer must pull on these cards over here because it's below 18. So if I got a 5 here, pulled a card here, and I pulled another card here, and I had to have another card here, and a card here, and a card here, I would play one hand. It would cost me 3. Another hand would cost me 3. Another hand would cost me 3. Another hand would cost me 3 cards. 3, 6, 9, 12. So I've now used up 12 here. Now we have the 6 card, the 5 card to do, the 4, the 3, and the 2. Now when we go to 7 and 7, we still have a 3 card in there. Okay? We cannot go over. Here, we can go over with the 7 card, right? But here with 7 and 7, the next card left is the 6 card. So we can no longer bust. We can no longer bust when we have the 7 in this game. Knowing that these cards are all out, right? Knowing that the 9 is all out. Knowing that the 8 is all out. Once we get to the 7 card, the only card left that's in the deck is the 6. You see here, we think we can get another 8 and bust. But here, we can get 7 for 21 or 6 for 20. So from the 7 down, we cannot bust. And then it goes on to the 6 card. With the 6 card, you can get 3 6s and not bust. When it comes to the 5 card, if you see the dealer has a 5 card, then you know you can't get 20. You know you'll get 19. And then when you get to the 3 card and the 2 card, you'll know exactly what's left in the deck, right? So how many hands will we actually go? Well, let's take it this way. If we all got 4 cards per hand, okay, we would have 13 hands that can be played, equals to 52 cards in the deck. 13 times 7, the gateway, equals to 91. When you add up the 1 to 13, it equals to 91 cards, artificial intelligence in the gateway of alter current creation in Mars on Earth equals to 52, and 6 equals to 52. Raphael, and a lowdown partially on Blackjack, that he has to have chips in his tray, and you have to have chips in order to play the game. Raphael, thank you for watching this video.